You picture a simple, low-stress cash machine, a nostalgic, neon-lit room where families, corporate groups, and league players happily pay by the hour to roll heavy balls at wooden pins. In reality, the owner is managing an operationally intense commercial real estate and hospitality hybrid disguised as a sport. Getting into this industry requires a staggering level of upfront capital just to secure the physical space. A standard bowling lane is about 60 feet long. Including the seating area, a commercial kitchen, and a lobby, a modest 20-lane alley carries a massive physical footprint. This sprawling footprint dictates every aspect of the business's financial survival before the first ball is ever rolled. The space requires highly specialized construction. You have to pour perfectly level concrete foundations to prevent warping, and then install synthetic or maple lanes that cost tens of thousands of dollars per lane. The invisible infrastructure is equally demanding. This cross-section shows the enormous HVAC requirements for an indoor athletic facility. Building codes mandate pumping in 20 cubic feet of fresh air per minute per person, a ventilation requirement that rivals a commercial gym. At the end of those lanes, you must lease and maintain complex mechanical pinsetters. These machines are under constant physical stress, requiring relentless mechanical upkeep of their belts and gears. These structural costs put the owner in a $1 million hole on day one, creating intense pressure to generate cash immediately just to keep the lights on. How does a $40 an hour lane fee actually pay off a $1 million commercial facility? The lane fee is actually a loss leader. On its own, it barely generates enough cash to cover fixed overhead, like the massive lease and the heavy liability insurance. This operates on the same economic principle as a gas station. On the left, fuel brings in high revenue, but remains a thin margin product that serves mainly as a lure to get drivers onto the property. Over 60% of a gas station's actual profit is made inside the store on convenience items. A bowling alley mirrors this math. The physical sport is merely the fuel used to drive foot traffic inside the building. The physical lanes create a captive audience, ensuring customers remain on site for hours at a time to feed the building's hidden financial engines. The real wealth is generated at the side counters and back-of-house operations, mirroring the highly lucrative finance office at a car dealership. Consider the unit economics of shoe rentals. You buy a pair of bowling shoes wholesale for $20. You then rent those same shoes to thousands of different customers for $5 a pair. After just 4 rentals, the asset is entirely paid off. From that point on, every $5 collected is virtually 100% pure profit. Between the kitchen and the bar, the facility functions as a high-volume dive bar with an arcade attached, capitalizing on customers who are trapped in the building for hours. Food and beverage gross margins reach 90%. You can sell $15 pitchers of domestic beer and $8 baskets of frozen fries to a group of bowlers who have no other choice but to pay your premium markups. The operation survives by converting bowlers into captive drinkers and renters, relying on these back-end markups to achieve profitability. Even 90% bar margins struggle against the volatility trap. When fixed costs are this massive, the business is highly vulnerable to small operational chefs. During the cold winter months, the business counts on packed corporate parties and competitive leagues to build a cash reserve. That traffic collapses the moment the weather warms up in May. Customers abandon indoor entertainment, and high-margin rental and bar revenue instantly dries up. During the summer off-season, fixed expenses remain unrelenting. The commercial rent, the electricity to power 20 pinsetters, and the specialized staff payroll do not pause just because the lanes are empty. The ultimate test of the business is perfectly managing winter cash flow to avoid being drowned by fixed overhead during the quiet summer months. Owning an alley means managing a highly leveraged, operationally intense real estate and hospitality machine. The modern bowling alley is a masterclass in fixed cost survival, kept alive by rented shoes and high-margin beer.